Hello everyone, my name is Josh and I'm an award-winning video editor that reacts to music videos, movie clips, you name it. And today I'm finally getting into Adore You, the extended version, as requested by a plethora of you guys. So this has been brought up on way more than one occasion, and finally I'm getting into it on this Friday for you guys. So Memorial Day weekend, hope you guys have a good one. But just to start it off, I'm going to do this and react to it, and I hope you guys like it. I have high hopes for this one because it's been mentioned to me so many times. So without further ado, let's get into it.
In all the seas in all the world, there has never been a land quite like the Isle of Eroda. Shaped unmistakably like a frown, it is home to an all but forgotten fishing village that has had perpetual cloud.
What? Okay, so, I mean, this is like an intro to like a movie. Oh, it's 7 minutes long. It might as well be a small short film, but already off the bat, I'm seeing this here.
In all the world,
it's a 3D.
There has never been a land quite like the Isle of Eroda.
Eroda, nice. So, is that a real place? I mean, there's even a depth of field. I mean, this looks good. They hired a very good 3D artist to create this and make a great camera movement.
Shaped unmistakably like a frown.
There's a certain point here, you can kind of tell that this looks like it was masked around here, maybe, because this looks like a 2D image. This doesn't look like a 3D image anymore, because this would be popping. There would be more shadows. I mean, there is that shadow of the cloud, but that would be easy to add there. But yeah, this looks like a 2D image. So so far so good. I think it looks great.
Fishing village that has had perpetual cloud cover for as long as anyone
That's
can
beautiful.
remember. An isle where some still believe that it's bad luck to mention a pig in a fisherman's pot. Where seeing a minister in the morning meant you should go home immediately. Some fishermen still wore a single gold earring for luck. Some say it's to pay to have your body buried if you die.
This is beautiful. This is gorgeously shot. So already I'm seeing that the aspect ratio of this is actually it's a little bit wider, and so usually what that means is they filmed with an anamorphic lens. And so with an anamorphic lens, a lot of movies use that sort of lens, and you can always tell if they're using an anamorphic. If you see the bokeh right here, and bokeh is a lot of you probably know this already, but bokeh is whenever you take a shot with a very fast aperture, everything in the background kind of blurs out, and then the main focal point is obviously in focus. So the bokeh back here with an anamorphic actually becomes an oval rather than like a circle. So a lot like the typical bokeh you can think of, it's just a circle. It's a very expensive lens and a very creative way to film stuff in this sort of format, and it's anamorphic. I can kind of tell that there's like ovals here, so it's a very good camera. I can say that much.
For luck, some say it's to pay to have your.
But it's a good story so far. I'm hooked.
It was also frowned upon to be caught whistling in the wind, in fear you might turn a gust into a gale. And if you ever leave Eroda, avoid doing so on odd-numbered days. Everyone was always frowning, which they referred to as resting fish face.
Resting fish face. Oh, that's good. This is like a whole... I mean, this is like a whole story, like a legitimate story. I was not expecting this. I mean, there hasn't been an ounce of music yet, and we're almost a minute in. So a lot of the transitions are just hard cuts so far. And I mean, in movies and stuff like that, most of the time it is a hard cut where it's just a scene, cut, scene. So, I mean, the special effects right here with the lightning bolt.
Avoid doing so on odd-numbered days.
I mean, that looks great. They spent some serious dough on this.
Everyone was always frowning, which they referred to as resting fish face. But then, well, something peculiar happened, or
Harry Styles happened,
someone
probably.
peculiar happened. The boy was peculiar from the moment he entered the world. No one ever meant to be mean towards him, but in a town grown used to how the thing.
Man, this looks great. That effect is fairly easy too. I mean, just placing a light in front of him and shining into somebody's face. But this is really good.
Grown used to how the things were. No one knew what to do.
Sunscreen on their face.
Different. They did their very best to ignore it, hoping it would go away. And eventually so did the boy.
Ooh, I like the song. Or at least the beat to it so far. That is really, really well done Foley right there. And by Foley, I mean the sound effects of the footsteps and even the wind and everything. You can hear everything. I mean, this is a whole production. This is a movie, essentially. Right there.
He had lost his smile, and without it, the world grew darker. The wind colder, and the ocean more violent.
Wow, so he lost his smile, and it's starting to kill stuff like that. Like, that's... Huh, this is interesting. By the way, that fish, I believe, is CGI'd. Yeah, that looks CG. So something I noticed is that even though he's lost his smile, he just did something kind to help that fish. So maybe that has something to play. And this is just, man, wherever they filmed this is beautiful. Hopefully, if they did in a behind the scenes of this, I'm so interested in looking at that. But if you guys know anything about how they made this or where they filmed it or anything, comment below. I'm extremely interested. The color grade that they have going here is a very a muted, desaturated look, because throughout the whole video so far, everyone's been resting fish facing everything. So it's a very dull environment, or at least they're trying to make it that way and portray it that way.
The boy tried to ignore the fish, but he was not alone in his melancholy. Loneliness is an ocean full of travelers trying to...
Loneliness is an ocean full of travelers trying to find their place in the world. Man. Yeah, that's good stuff. Man, whoever wrote this story and the script and everything is just phenomenal at their job. I will say that I am a little confused about how they just went to this like old stylistic slideshow almost, just randomly. So what?
But he was not alone in his melancholy. Loneliness is an ocean full of travelers trying to find their place in the world. But without friendship, we are all lost and left with no hope, no home, no harbor.
This is a cool little animation thing with the crabs and everything, and like it's a 2D animation look. They created a depth of field. So usually with something like this, where it's all 2D but it kind of looks 3D, there's layers. So this crab, in the foreground is in a first layer, and this was second layer, third, and that's why this one's behind it like that. So this is layered, still 2D, but given in a 3D space. So they have a cinematographer, they have a great script writer, they have a great 2D animator, they have a 3D animator. Like what? Excuse me?
No harbor. He wondered what cruel twist of fate brought them together. And if fate was involved, what did she have in store?
Walk in your rainbow paradise. Strawberry.
Man, I am a sucker for that, like, boom, 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 that, like, low bass sound, almost that they use in, like, a lot of pop songs and stuff like that. I'm a sucker for it. I love it.
Lipstick state of mind.
Yeah, right there. You can see it with the...
I get so lost inside your eyes.
Man, his voice.
Believe it. You don't have to say love me. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say you're mine. Honey. Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you.
Ugh. What? Wait, well, hold on. Excuse me, what?
Fire for you. Just let me adore
Fish food? So something I'm actually surprised about is that they didn't do a rack focus. A rack focus is having something in the foreground in focus, and then they adjust the focus to go to his face. So I'm a little surprised. It would have been cool to, because right now you can kind of barely read fish food. I know that we just watched him feed it to his fish, and we know that this is fish food, but I think it would have been cool to have the focus on fish food and quickly rack focus to his face. And I will tell you right now, this probably took, I mean, if I were to guess, probably half a day. They had to set up the camera. They had to get them in position. They had to set up the whole lighting structure here. So I mean, they have a key light. They don't have any fill light because they wanted it to shine more light on this side of the frame. And you can see that because obviously fish food and stuff like that. So this whole side of the frame is brighter than this side because we want to see this side more than this side.
Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do.
Oh, good God.
It's the only thing I'll ever do. You're wonder under summer sky.
Dude, oh man, that backpack is sick. What? That backpack is awesome. I don't know why I like it, but that's pretty freaking cool.
Summer sky.
Beautiful, beautiful. That right there was a crane shot, if I were to, or a jib shot, if I were to guess. It starts. Yeah, it's a jib. That's not a drone, and you can tell because it doesn't go much higher than this. And I mean, if it is a drone shot, then that's impressive. But really, it looks like it's used by the same camera, so they just mounted it onto a jib and just did a simple like movement up. So, because it does start pretty low, so well done. He's a good actor. He's really good.
You don't have to say you love me. I just wanna tell you something. Lately you've been on my mind, honey.
Nice. Another jib.
Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you, honey.
And you can see right here, I mean, man, it is hard not to move. I'm like trying to stay still listening to this. This is a great song. There's a lot of practical lighting
Just let me adore.
in this, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So there's just one light here, and it has even, I mean, the detail in this is just insane. Look at the lamp here. It's a sailboat. I mean, the blue wallpaper. He's in a fishing village, and it's just, I mean, and they just really went in and made every single detail to show that they didn't miss a beat. And this practical, the two practicals there, it's just
Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. It's the only thing I've ever
needs a home.
It's the only thing I'll ever do.
Wow, that was cool. That was really cool. Man, they even got a painter and like, jeez. What's going on with that guy?
Walk through fire for you.
Oh my god. Whoa, that's crazy. So the story that I'm getting here is that he found a friend and he's just watching him grow in front of his eyes, and you know, he's doing all this stuff for his friend, and it's it's a very meaningful message, and man, they did a fantastic job.
Just let me adore you. Honey. Fire for you. Just let me adore you.
Music for a sushi restaurant.
Thing I'll ever do. Walk through fire for you.
So did no one see the massive fish before that broke? Was it like, I mean, it was clouded, but okay.
Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. Just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do.
At that moment, with the entire town united in putting a fish back into the ocean, the clouds broke. The sun shined down on the Isle of Rhoda, melting every frown into the unmistakable shape of a whale's tail. Maybe one day you'll see one of Kieran's paintings in your motel room. Or
Wow. I just got chills. I mean, there's a bunch of different angles that you can go about in interpreting this message, but the fact that they all teamed up together and it was his friend, you know, he was letting him go with all the other fishes, you know, and maybe his friend just outgrew that place that he was at, and you know, it's sad to watch that happen, but you know, he smiled afterwards. He helped a friend grow, and you know, that's very meaningful. It's just so good.
read an obscure Yelp review about a diner with the most curious menu. Or pass someone in the street with an oddly stylish haircut and think, where on earth did they get that? Maybe you'll be invited to a wedding between two neighbors whom it took an ocean to bring together. And who knows, maybe one day you'll find yourself in the Isle of Aroga. The boy decided to find out what other wonders awaited him in the world.
Ah, man, that's good. That's good. I wonder if this like relates to something that he's experienced in his life, because it looks like you know, he went off and did his own thing, and the way that he went off and did his own thing, I'm assuming, I don't know Harry Styles' story, but his voice is leading him to where he's at now, and his voice took him to go on his own adventure, and that's where he's at now. This is, whew, man, story.
However, he sailed on an odd number day. which caused everyone in town to lose their hair. But that's another story.
That was great. That was absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough for introducing that video and song to me. That song was catchy. That was amazing. Who directed this? Dave Meyers? Written by Chris Schaefer and Dave Meyers. Dave Meyers, shout out to you. I mean, okay, first of all, before I go into that, shout out to everyone that produced this and visual effects team, the cinematographer, production designer, the lighting, the grips, the director. I mean, everybody that did this, just amazing, absolutely amazing. So Dave Meyers, if you're listening or ever watch this, contact me. I want to interview you and ask how this shoot went and the nitty gritty details. This is so interesting to me, and I'm sure everyone that watches this would love to hear that too. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction. I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe out there, and I can't wait for next week to. I am going to take this weekend to spend time with my family and everything like that. So I won't be uploading a video this weekend, but I will be continuing next week. So hey, thank you again, everyone, for subscribing, liking, commenting. I love to read these comments that you guys have and just enlighten me on what you know about this video. I love to hear from you guys. So again, thank you, and until next time.